Okay, 5 minutes about Wonder Weekend. Man, look at that t-shirt. It is wrinkly. It's been mashed up on my couch, but it was the only shirt that I had readily available to throw on really quick to make this video. If you're the one person watching my videos, you'll notice how I haven't really been following through with my commitment to post a video every day this month yet again. But that's okay because the year is winding down and this project is winding down, and I've learned a lot about YouTube and this through this year that I will share on a later video. But for now, I'm going to make just a regular old journal post, just like the good old days when I was trying to do it every day, about Wonder Weekends, because I want to capture this so that I can look back at it later, maybe in a few years, and kind of, reminisce on, what took place here that was interesting for me, which is this. So, I set a timer for 5 minutes, but whatever. I don't actually care about 5 minutes. Maybe this is going to be like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. Who knows? Who fucking cares? But basically, so this last weekend, what was it? December 12th, 13th, I don't know dates, is Wonder Weekend. Oh, not Wonder Weekend. It was Wonder Weekend. Is Wonder Fruit Festival in Thailand. And I've had a lot of friends that have been going to this now for years. I've been able to watch as Wonder Fruit Festival in Thailand has just kept growing, kept getting bigger, more popular, more amazing looking. It's just the thing now that so many of my friends in Taiwan go to because, Thailand's so close to Taiwan. It's affordable to get there. It's affordable to stay there. It's probably the biggest festival, international style festival that's the closest to Taiwan. So yeah, it's just like an easier thing to go do than, say, trying to attend some big festival in Europe or the States or even South America. I mean, all those places are so far away. The plane tickets are costly to go to these places. So Thailand, easy peasy. And I think I've also been curious. I've been wanting to go, but ever since I had my life-changing accident and I now have a disability and I require the use of a wheelchair, a crutch, it's much more challenging for me to figure out the nuance of how to make those experiences work for me in a way where I can actually enjoy myself. Because if you don't have a disability, you don't know that it is easy now to have if I don't pre-plan, if I don't really think about it, the situation could get not fun quickly for me. That's just the way it is. If you don't understand, you don't understand, but it is the way it is. And so even now with something like Wonder Fruit, it's just been something that, I struggle to kind of foresee whether or not I can make that work for me. I've even gone so far as to email Wonderfruit, the organizers, and been like, what kind of things are you doing to make the festival more accessible as it grows? What options do you have for people with disabilities? And they basically responded to me with yeah, nothing. Whatever. They're like, that's on you. If you want to show up in a wheelchair and have a go at it, go for it. But in a nice way, in a polite way, they basically said, we're not doing anything to make it easy for people with disabilities. That's not their focus. Their focus is regular old able-bodied people having fun at a festival. Easy, less expensive. They don't want to invest in making things easy for people like me, since we are so few. But that was their response. And because of that, that was sort of like a red flag. Like, that's sort of them being nice and being like, yeah, probably not very easy. But I don't know, of course. It's always a lot of guessing until I go. What does this have to do with Wonder Weekend, Wonder Fruit, Wonder Weekend? Well, this year I haven't actually felt that much FOMO over the years. I've just not really cared that much to go. This year I noticed it's like, wow, like almost everybody I know is going, and it's just such a big deal. And I've been going to so many more festivals recently because I enjoy that a lot. It's a great way for me to get all the things that I enjoy: socializing, music, party, all those things I like. So this year I felt a bit more FOMO about it. But this year, I mean, honestly, one of the biggest barriers to me was the cost. I just couldn't afford it this year. I don't have, I can't afford to spend the extra money. I want to say that I couldn't make it happen, but it's quite an investment. It's going to be at least, 2,000-3,000 US dollars to go do that. For me, because I require some extra things, could be even more expensive. So yeah, I'm not going to do it this year. Hopefully 2026 will be more profitable for me and I can afford to do it. But this year, no. So with all that FOMO there, I was thinking, well, okay, so what if I imagine, what if I imagine creating my own festival of one weekend for myself? What would that look like? What would I do? What would I do at Wonderfruit, for example? Okay, well, I'd hang out with people. I'd probably eat food. I'd get some massages or there'd be some kind of wellness activities. Okay, I could actually go on their website, which I did, and look at the schedule and see like what do they have available. They've got food classes. They've got, sound healing. I can actually do all of those things on my own here. Yeah, not with like hundreds of super cool people doing it with me, meeting them, making friends. Okay, yeah, no, I can't do that. That is a big, valuable selling point of Wonderfruit, which I definitely get. I mean, and I'm definitely attracted to. So I can't really make that happen, obviously. So, okay, I'm not going to compare. I decided not to compare those two. I can't have the social aspect. It's not going to be the same thing. But in terms of the individual experience aspects, I realize I could kind of put something together. I might be able to put something together similar for myself as an experience. So I did that. I opened up my iCal and I just kind of like, okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, let's fill up a schedule with activities, and I added some things like, go get a massage, go to the sauna, go to a really cool place to eat, try some different foods, go out at night, go to a party, go listen to some music, things like that. And I did that for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I tried to fill the schedule in the same way that I might want to, have a full schedule if I went to an event like Wonderfruit. And because I was doing that on my own, I just decided to take it a step further and make an ad, like not an ad, make an Instagram post, almost like an event post, and call it Wonder Weekend, sort of as a joke. But the joke has kind of become real in a way for me because I did my weekend and obviously now I'm at 10 minutes and, nobody's really watching this, I'm sure. But, I'll just say of all the things I did, there were a few things that I think stood out for me. One cool thing I did that I had never done before was an oxygen chamber. That was a cool experience. It was better than I thought it would be. Definitely worth the money I spent on it. I went to a new Thai food place, which is probably the best Thai food I've had all in Taipei. I think it was called Homies. I don't know. And My original plan for Friday and Saturday night for a party for music was to go to Revolver because I used to go to Revolver so much back in the day. I'm talking about like 10 years ago. Me and my friends would hit up Revolver like sometimes it feels like 3 times a week. It was really the place to go, to be. I think it was close to where all we lived. And I drank a lot back then and we'd listen to bands. And, you know, I saw that it happened to be their 15-year party. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Go to Revolver. They're going to have bands, DJs, and we'll hang out there just like the good old days. But me and my girlfriend finished dinner at like 8:30 p.m., which is too early to hit up Revolver. So instead of that, we were like, well, what if we go find a coffee shop? We went to this little area near Dongmen that has been renovated. It's a bunch of old Japanese style colonial homes that have been renovated into little shops. There's some coffee shops, some different stores. I don't know. I've never actually been there, but we decided to go there and see if there was a cool coffee shop we could hang out till later and then go to Revolver. Almost everything was closed at 8:30 p.m. Except for one bar, and it was called Quest, a listening bar. And we went in there and I was instantly just amazed. Like, it's so nice in there. And they've got these retro old big speakers. They had a vinyl DJ booth and chill music. And the whole vibe in there was very comfortable, relaxed, chill, a little bit posh, you know, like not a shithole, not a backpacker kind of place, way more sophisticated, I would say. And it just really checked all my boxes. I was like, I like this place. I like the music. Very easy to talk in there, right? With the volume, something I care about. And it was so chill and so comfortable that we just said, fuck it. We don't even need to go to Revolver. Let's just stay here. And we did. I met Ken, the owner, super cool guy, very, very friendly. And he made our experience like really amazing. So much so that I decided to go back there the next night, Saturday night, again, because Ken, the owner, told me that they would have house and techno, which I was curious about because Friday when we went, he told me that it was going to be hip hop night. And honestly, the music they were playing there was good, but definitely not hip hop. It was like jazzy R&B. Jazzy R&B. It's not hip hop. Jazzy R&B. So I thought that was funny because he said hip hop, definitely not hip hop. Not my understanding of hip hop anyways. So when he said house techno, I was like, let's see. So I went Saturday night. Also, again, definitely not house and techno. Ken, cool guy, love you, bro, but probably need to figure out your music genres. It was more like a chill kind of ambient electronic music, chill ambient, maybe a little sprinkle of like a house, like a housey ambient house, something like that. I'll give them that, but definitely not techno and definitely not like straight up house. More like a 80 BPM is what we're talking about there. 80 BPM, which I like. So I'm not dissing that. I'm not complaining about it. Actually, I really liked the music that was playing. A guy named Cheer was playing, who I know. I've known Cheer for a very long time. Back when I hung out with one of his friends, Jez, back in the day. Those bros had a popular band kind of music group together a long time ago, and I used to hang out with Jez at least. So I knew the DJ, and that was fun. Anyways, what are we at now? 15 minutes? Are you still with me? Is one person still watching? All right. It's basically for me to look back on, so if it's not that interesting, whatever. But that was it. I mean, that was the highlight. Sunday, I went to hot springs, which I've always loved hot springs. I used to be such a massive hot springer, especially before my accident. I would just never never miss an opportunity to go at a hot spring. And when I hot spring hard. I could sit in a hot spring for hours and hours and hours. And I particularly like going by myself, actually. I don't mind going with other people. Sometimes that's fun. But I also really love doing it by myself because I can just zone out, don't have to worry about somebody else getting tired of hot springing, etc. But I did that on Sunday, and that was amazing. And then I had my shrimp boil. I had a friends over, and I tried to do a shrimp boil, which, food was good, but I learned a lot about shrimp boil that next time it'll be better. But overall, let me put an end cap on this video. I had such an amazing weekend. I had such a good time, I think mostly because I just tried to do a lot of things, which maybe is pretty common for a lot of people. I think for me, 10 years ago, that was the common way for me to spend a weekend. I would just do tons of stuff. But I think for me, especially since my accident, I really just haven't been doing very much. I'm lucky if I do like one interesting thing on my weekend. It's very easy for me to get, dare I say, lazy and complacent and just, chill at home all weekend. And I have some good excuses for that. I mean, basically, it's like, it's extra work for me nowadays to do things. It's extra pain, and I get tired really easy. So it can be a lot of effort, which means that it's easy for me to sort of just like, why even bother? Why trouble with all this? But I think that I learned through this experiment. So my point of this post is I learned that I should do this periodically. And I think for 2026, this is going to be a new project for me. Wonder Weekend, once a month, I kind of do this and just basically create my own weekend of awesome experiences that I curate for myself. Once a month, I don't worry so much about the cost of it. I try not to so much. Obviously, nothing ridiculous, but I just do that and try to have a good time, and then I can invite friends, and if friends want to join me on anything on my schedule, they are welcome to, and that would be fun. So that's what I'm going to do moving forward. And that will probably be part of a video soon to come about my 2025, year-end review, and maybe some videos about what I'm looking forward to in 2026. But that's it. I think that gives a pretty good idea of the whole Wonder Weekend thing and what my plans are moving forward. Maybe I'll make more videos about that later. But anyways, that's it. What are we at? 19, 20-minute video, the biggest post I've had in months. So happy Thursday.